So this is Ardis James' very first quilt she bought.
Yes. And I believe it was just at a local antique sale. She really didn't know much about antique quilts at the time. She was just really charmed by it and took this one home. And then about a year later went back to the same sale and bought 3 quilts. And then a
Was
year
she a
later went back and
quilter
bought
already?
6 quilts. She did make clothing, and she worked in a clothing in a shop and sold fabric, and so definitely was more of a clothing maker at the time. But we really very quickly became fascinated with quilts. This is a big one.
I didn't realize it was so gigantic.
Yeah. I don't have gloves on,
I'll
gals.
get on the
I'm gonna
other.
have to rely on you.
And it was well used.
This one has had some real use, some washing. Why don't you just leave that fold?
Yeah, it's larger than I figured.
So we definitely see a little bit of fading. Some of the, probably the green, which is always notoriously fugitive, probably has really faded considerably. Some of this, the turkey red fabrics oftentimes have issues with the way that they are created. So in the outer border or the binding, you actually see there's a lot of fabric loss here. That's what we call an inherent vice, something in the manufacturing that just, the mordant that they use on the cotton literally eats the fabric away. So that's something very typical that we see from this time period. Another thing that's really typical that we see from this time period is a lot of this kind of uneven fading. I was thinking originally that was a patch that they'd added, but that's so much higher, it's raised, it's had a lot more abrasion, so it's actually a color change that's occurred in the fabric. Though, at this point, fabric was so expensive, we do see a lot of piecing oftentimes, and little pieces that have been pieced together to create the overall design, though I'm not really seeing teeny little slices in here. At this time, of course, the hand quilting was just really elaborate, and then this beautiful stuffed work on top of that really adds a whole nother dimension to it. And this is such a difficult pattern to create, anything with those points. I love this pattern, but you're never going to find me piecing one of these.